Women absolutely love a strong body. Now they'll say it's just for the short term, and even when you look at the studies, they'll say, okay, women really care about a nice body when it comes to the short term. There was even a study in 2007 at UCLA, and that's what women came to a conclusion. Like, yes, we like a nice body, but it's more important for the short term flings. But I will also tell you that it's important for the long term too, because some of you guys might be like, Cole, I'm not looking for a short term fling. I want something long term. I want me a wifey, whatever it may be. But see, the reason why a lot of these women will say short term, but not long term, because they dealt with the guy short term and he had a nice physique, and that's what she truly desired. That's what got her the most wet. That's what got them waters flowing more than anything else. But a lot of times when she was in college, maybe the guy was on a football team or maybe the soccer team, whatever it may have been, he had a very athletic build. He had a lot of other women getting at him too. So a lot of these women have a very bad experience with a guy with a super nice body because there's other women gawking at him, especially in college. We all know that women outnumber men in college pretty greatly, vast majority of college, especially in America. So when you look at that, the men, especially the guys that are in shape, the guys that have status, like guys on the football team, they have a lot of options. So a lot of these women, they'll deal with the guy like that and they get played like a fool. So then they have this bad experience with the guy with a really nice physique. So they'll say, you know, I really truly desire that man, but I'm okay with the guy that got a little more pushing for the cushion because he doesn't have as many options. He's not as likely to cheat. But deep down inside, she still has desires for that physique that's going to turn her into a freak. But she's okay with not having that long term. Even though that's what she would prefer, she realized that guy has more options and it's going to be harder to keep that guy around. So that's why I think a lot of people get it wrong. You know, a lot of the studies will say that. A lot of these women on the street interview, they say that, oh, looks aren't as important when it comes to long term. She still cares about the look. She still cares about the physique, but she's more concerned about many more things, man. But even my experience, man, when I've dealt with a girl short term, vast majority of the time, they want to get serious. She starts to catch feelings over time and now she wants to get serious. So a lot of time when it was a short term fling and it ends, it's because I didn't want to get serious with them. You know, but the vast majority of these women, if they're really into a short term fling, they sleeping with a guy, eventually a lot of these women catch feelings. I promise you. I feel like it's difficult almost to find a woman that just wants to sleep with you and that's it. Like if you putting it down right, after a couple months, she's like, oh, where's this leading? Have you ever thought about us? Oh, I had a dream last night. They start hitting you with all this extra shit. I had a dream last night, Cole. And it's like, okay. You know, so realize a strong body is very, very attractive to these women. And even I've seen it many times, you know, in situations where a guy like either lacks strength or he can really show his strength. Even today, man, people look at you completely different. I work at a tire warehouse, if y'all guys didn't know. And there was a 200-pound tire I had to throw in someone's truck today. And this Mexican guy, he like, me amigo, that's heavy. And I was just like, I can get it. He like, you think you can get that? Because usually they use the forklift. But I'm like, nah, I can get it. It's only 200 pounds. So then I lifted up, put it in the back of the truck, and then after that, he got like the biggest smile on his face, like he's a proud father. You know, he's looking at me so proudly. He's like, wow, you know. But I've seen this many times, man. And I guess I kind of have a sleeper build, man, because even some people online like, oh, you're scrawny, stuff like that. And maybe I have a sleeper build, I don't know. But like he was surprised, you know. So I feel like when you can surprise people, when certain situations come up, people are gonna look at you differently if you can lift something up. I promise you. Or if you can't lift something up. I've seen that too. Like dudes try to lift up their girl and they can't. Like your chick, she might get turned off by that. She might get turned off by that. Or I remember a video that was going viral maybe like 5 months ago. I don't know if I can say that word. It was a girl that she was dealing with another girl, you know. And, you know, one of the girls that's more masculine, you know, more masculine looking and all that stuff. And she was trying to put her up on like this letter. She had graduated. She was trying to put her up on this letter. And then there's some guy that just throws the girl up there like nothing, but you know, her girlfriend couldn't do that. You don't think she went home like thinking about buddy, like just threw up there like nothing, you know, really show that masculine power. You know, I know Shotty was feeling some type of way. But see, I promise you, women are so attracted to that. If you can pick up your girl like she's a feather, women are so turned on by that. You know, even when it comes to like bedroom fun and stuff, I don't know what y'all boys be doing, but you know, if you ever picked up your girl during that type of stuff, most of them positions really aren't practical at all. It's just the mental. It's just the mental. If you can pick up the way she feels from doing that, or a lot of times, like, women get super turned on. Like, let's say you chilling in the living room, and then it's like things start to get spicy. You pick up and carry her to the bedroom. Like, she's gonna get so much more turned on by that. But you see a lot of guys, they don't exercise. A lot of guys are out of shape. The average guy is 28% body fat. So he cannot lift up his girl, and she's turned off by that. And she might not say that, but that's the reality of it, man. You see every crush these women have, 99.9% the guy's in shape. You know, like I said in my last video, there were people paying Chris Brown $1,000 to take a photo with him. Now, Chris Brown, he doesn't have the best physique, but he doesn't have like a sloppy physique. You know, if Chris Brown was 28% body fat, I promise you these girls would not be fanned out about him. Just like Kevin Gates. As soon as Kevin Gates lost that weight, now these girls look at him differently. Now these girls fanned out about Kevin Gates, his freaky ass, you know? But if he was still a big back, doing all that freaky shit, they'd have been like, oh, hell no, you know? But now these girls turn on by it. He got these tight behind jeans on, stroking. Now they turn on by it. But when he was fat, them girls weren't checking for Kevin Gates like that. So, dog, I promise you, building a strong body is a game changer. Even when you look at, you know, the numbers, they've done little tests on Tinder and all these dating apps, and they show that the guys that have a muscular physique, you have some muscle on you, you are 3 to 5 times more likely to get more matches. You get 3 to 5 times more matches. You know, so guys can like cope and say, oh, it's not that important. The way the world is going, man, especially everything's online more, everything's more social media, it's gonna play a bigger role now than ever before. You know, a lot of guys, they get so deep into looks maxing and all this other stuff. And I think some of the looks maxing stuff is cool, but I think a lot of guys go overboard. Like, you shouldn't be worried about all that extra shit if you don't have a good physique, if you haven't built your body, you know? And it's just evolutionary psychology that women are attracted to the guy that looks like he has good genes. And see, this is the good thing. This is the good thing. You know, I always talk about how all these people being shit asses and fat is such a bad thing. But for the guys that wake up and they really lock in, it's really a good thing for you. Because even if you have shitty genetics, some people do have shitty genetics, but even if you have shitty genetics, if you maximize that, you're still beating out the vast majority of guys, because the vast majority of guys will never even come close to their full potential. You know, and it's like I said, it's evolutionary psychology. She wants the guy with the best genes. So even if you have ass genes, it's going to look like you have better genes than the next man, because the next man, he's living like a shit ass. The next man, he's eating junk food. He's not exercising. He's sitting down all day. So just look at that, man. So even like these black pill guys, like, oh, I'm too short. Oh, I don't have good genetics to build muscle, whatever it may be. Oh, I'm too dark. I'm too white, whatever it may be. Whatever excuse you like to tell yourself. If you maximize your genetics, you're beating out vast majority of guys. Easily. Because I promise you, most of these people are not performing even 50%. So when you really lock in, and you start to build more muscle, you're going to stand out from the crowd, you know? So you got to be careful with the social media. I always tell you guys, like, you see the top 0.1% online, and then you think like, oh, I'm screwed, I'm cooked. Oh, I'm not going to be able to have my fair share of women. But it's like, bro, if you just locked in, if you had some muscle to you, because I promise you, it might not seem all that important, but over time, it's going to be so much more important. When your girl needs you to do a task and you like struggling because you're out of shape, I've helped people move before and seen the husband of a woman, he's struggling, and then the wife's like low-key disgusted by it. I've seen that before, dog. I've seen that before. Like, oh, he's so pathetic. I've seen that look on the woman's face. And then I've also seen the look on a woman's face where a man can just like pick her up like she's nothing. Or he can do a job and make it look easy. You know, like I said, like, there's been many times where like I had to move something that was heavy to the average person, but it wasn't that heavy to me. And they're like, oh, wow. And I'm not saying like muscle is everything, you know, because I always have guys like, oh, I do jujitsu, I do MMA, and I'm a tough guy. And it's just like, I think the more power you can display, the more attracted to a lot of women are going to be, you know. So if you do know how to fight, that's definitely a plus. If you have muscles, that's definitely a plus. Now, there are diminishing returns. Like I said, it's evolutionary psychology. So you don't want to look like one of these juice heads that walks around like this and he looks like he can't wipe his ass. Don't be one of those guys. But look like you're the most athletic. If you had to run, you look like you can run. If you look like you can lift, you look like you can climb something. You look like whatever the job is, I want to bet my money on him. That's what you need to look like. That's the most attractive physique. And you're going to have a lot more leverage in a relationship, dog. Everything you improve in, it gives you leverage in a relationship. And that might not sound good. Y'all supposed to be, they'll say a partnership and everything's supposed to be a heyday and she's supposed to love on you and all this stuff. But it's like, people respect power. You have to have more leverage. So what gives you more leverage? Looking better, having a better physique, having a decent savings and a decent income, having a strong body, having other women attracted to you. That all gives you leverage, So once you have more leverage, you're going to have a better life. Your woman's going to treat you better. Is your body everything? No, but it's all connected. So realize that it's all connected. You got to build that body up. She's going to treat you better when you treat yourself better, But I promise you, a lot of these women are super attracted to a strong body. When you can pick her up and make her feel like a feather, she's super turned on by that. The vast majority of women. A lot of these women, they say, oh, I don't like the swole guy. I don't like the guy that's obsessed with the gym. A lot of these women, they just had a really bad experience with a guy that was like super into fitness. And now they like kind of shy away from it. But I promise you, if you really look deep down inside, she still likes that physique that's going to turn into a freak. But I think that's why a lot of these women, they kind of shy away and say, oh, it's just short term, long term. I want something different because she had a bad experience. Or some of these big back, blue back whales, I done seen some of these chicks on TikTok and they're like, I don't like gym guys. It's like, shawty, let's be so for real. The reason why you saying you don't like gym guys is because you can't get a gym guy. Because if a gym guy come through, he just gonna smash him once, maybe twice if he really down bad and then he's dipping on you. So that's why you say you don't like gym guys, but really she does. A lot of humans are very dishonest. They'll lie all the time because they don't want to accept reality. So just be aware of that, man. The vast majority of women are super attracted to a guy with a nice body, a strong body. You look like you can get the job done. People will deny it. People say, oh, looks don't matter. Oh, your body doesn't matter. It's all connected. It's all connected. And when you look at the stats from dating, online dating, man, like I said, the guys with muscle get 3 to 5 times more matches. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? You can deny, you can cope, you can blame it on whatever the hell you want to blame it on. But when you don't get the results, you only have one person to look at, and it's the guy in the mirror. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. Women love a strong body. It's undeniable. But make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.